We sit down and we talk about the topics, we get into it really hard, and you know what? It wouldn't be a day that ends with why if there wasn't some breaking news. Come on. All right. The very first thing that I want to dive right into is I want to talk about Taylor Swift. So Taylor Swift is a billionaire.
Shocking.
There you go. She became a billionaire. And for me, it's like I kind of expected it because honestly, she's been kicking ass in the box office with her Eras tour. She's been making music for how long, everybody? And she's always killing it. And people just love them some Tay-Tay, some Taylor Swift. And she's killing it so much, she made $1 billion. So it's time for her, now that she's joined the $1 billion club, to tell all those executives over there at Disney, she needs to tell them, hey, everybody, it's time to share the wealth. Because right now, everybody, the AMPTP is still negotiating with SAG-AFTRA, and they have not made a deal, but it sounds like they're getting very close because this weekend they're going to actually continue sitting down. They're stopping today, apparently getting very close, and they're going to continue Saturday and even Sunday, they said, in hopes to get a deal because the AMPTP put out there that if there is no deal by next week, they said, we're going to stop talking until the new year. Which I think is just smoke and mirrors because they really just want to, like, you know, they want us to be upset. They want us to think that never get a deal. They want to scare the actors so they don't sign a deal, I think. But overall, that's not going to happen. I feel like this weekend it is coming because people want to get back to work and they want to make some money. And, you know, because of the strike, we've lost a lot of shows. Like Rabbit Hole just got canceled. If you were a fan of Rabbit Hole, it's gone with Kiefer Sutherland. They did one season, debuted in March, did 8 episodes, and he was pushing before the strike happened to have some more happen. And then what happened? Canceled. Because this is what happens right now during a strike. They cancel projects. Maybe they were looking at things too much and being like, maybe we can save some money not doing that, because that's going away. But also Fatal Attraction is going away. So you've been watching this show too. Fatal Attraction is gone. Of course, it's based off the 1987 movie. Joshua Jackson, Lizzie Kaplan is in this. It debuted in April as well. I know Sabrina watched a little bit of it. I watched some of it. It was all right, but they were saying it's all because of cost cutting. Again, strikes. Again, that's not worth it at the end of the day for Paramount. So they'll probably shop it around, and O'Keefer will probably try to shop around Rabbit Hole. But it's a big deal to be making money in the business. And they're saying that the new Hunger Games is going to do pretty good. They're saying about $50 million opening weekend, which, you know, for a production, it's a production of about $100 million. So $50 million wouldn't be bad. But I would think that going into this whole thing, the Songbirds of Snakes, you would think that they would be projecting even more money. We have some time though. November's a little ways away, but I would think there'd be a little bit more. I mean, of course, original franchise made $3 billion for all the movies. And this, it's a prequel series. They're trying to go 100 years. No, it's 64 years. 64 years before Jennifer Lawrence's whole franchise. So you would expect to be on that $3 billion club as well, but we'll have to wait and see what happens because I think it might do better than this. This is early projections off early ticket sales, and you just never know because people love them dystopia, crazy, futuristic world, just like Cyberpunk 2077. If you're a fan of this game, there is a movie continuing forward by CD Projekt Red, and they're partnering with Anonymous Content to make this live action product. They've been trying for years, and now they're close in collaboration with a great team, they're saying, to move this forward. It's early stages. We have no idea where it's going yet. The companies are now working to get a screenwriter, and we'll see where it develops. But if you're a fan of this, there's also a Netflix series coming as well. But you're going to get more of this dark, gritty world of Cyberpunk 2077. And somebody that doesn't like dark, gritty worlds is Reese Witherspoon, because Reese Witherspoon came forward and said, I don't want to do that. She said, as an actor, it's not for me. I don't want to do dark, gritty movies. And she says, I know who I am. I know what people want to see me do. And it's not the dark, gritty movies. She says, I'm going to stick to the light tone stuff. I'm going to have a great time. I'm going to be, bubbly and happy. And she said, it's not what the cool kids are doing. I get it. I'm not a cool kid. I'm not doing that. But she's optimistic that everyone's excited about everything she's doing. So why would she change from that formula and do something else that's not for her? Maybe she'll join, the Garbage Pail Kids, because they're doing a Garbage Pail Kids animated series. Maybe she could do a crazy voice list, but maybe it's too dark for her. But if you ever heard this show, the Garbage Pail Kids was like a card collection back in the 80s. And they're about people who died in the most mysterious and crazy and death-defying ways. And then there's pretty much dead bodies and creepy characters on cards making fun of the Cabbage Patch Kids. But they're going to do a show. Danny McBride's been trying to develop this since, I think it was like 2021. And now it's apparently moving forward more. He's got David Gordon on board, and him and David Gordon have been working on a bunch of stuff. And he says, we're trying to make this happen. They want to make it, originally want to make a kids thing, but it's not a kids thing. It's like gross characters that die. I mean, I don't know. For me, it's like you do Cabbage Patch Kids if you want a family friend thing. You do Garbage Pail Kids if you want something that's not. So to me, keep it adult, which they will. Danny McBride will have that kind of humor, and just make it gruesome. And you know what also is gruesome, and it's also a serious fact, is John Lennon's death. Very gruesome, very fucking unfortunate, but they're doing a docuseries actually narrated by Kiefer Sutherland. So that's moving forward. They're actually making this happen, and they're saying it's going to cover a lot of stuff they never talked about in the limelight, and Kiefer's going to be there getting the facts to put it out to you, covering and revisiting John Lennon's murder investigation and his murder trial. So over 50 years of footage, or 50 years since it happened, the Beatles broke up, 40 years since his death, and they're excited about it. And also, as excited as people are excited about, well, the Beatles, because the Beatles next week, well, I think it's, next week they're having their last song come out, everybody. So if you're a fan of the Beatles, their last song's coming out. And you're probably like, what do you mean? We talked about this before, but they actually had John Lennon's voice for one track that he created, and they used AI to finish it. And then Paul McCartney came to the studio, Ringo came to the studio, they had George Harrison stuff, and they put it all together and released. Now coming out, Now and Then it's coming out November 2nd. So if you're a fan of the Beatles, you're getting one more track, one more time, and then that's it. But it's one last track you never thought you'd get. So a lot of breaking news happening, everybody.